Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, my student, in a new CSS code lesson. Okay, today, inshallah, we'll talk about the assignment, practical assignment number two. Practical assignment number two. Okay, last assignment, we add a head H1 background font color and add a list. Okay, like this Google, Yahoo, Mediafire, and we made link, okay, to this websites, and make a background color for the list. Okay, today, inshallah, it is our target. It is our target today, inshallah, to add two heading, my websites, following list, my favorite subject, and the following list, and make outline color like black color, for example, and instead of regular rectangle, I'll add a rounded rectangle, like this. Okay. Also, we talk about how to change the width of the height instead of the shape. Okay, width now of the width for the height 100%, but here, for example, approximately 330 pixel. Okay, then go to now to the code and edit the following. Okay, here in the HTML page we added this list. Okay, my favorite subject. Okay, now we have two lists, my favorite websites and my favorite subject. Take care please, because we will use the class today, inshallah. Okay, now UL for all, Okay, now I want to change the following. UL now I want to add a border to my page. Okay, now this is my page. It's a border, black border here. Okay, now go to my page now to add the changes here in this page. Okay, now border color, for example, border. The first element here, I'll add the border width, 1 pixel, 2 pixel, so on. Okay, for example, here I add, for example, 20 pixel like this, and see the result. Now refresh. Okay, there is nothing because there is no color. I have to add the color. Okay, now I want to add a color to my border. Okay, so I have to add solid color. Okay, solid, and for example red or black to see the result. Send size or the width, the type, solid or what, and the color name. Okay, now refresh. Okay, now I have to decrease this value to 10, for example. Okay, now 5 pixel, enough. Okay, now the second thing I want to add makes the regular rectangle here to rounded rectangle. So I add border radius. Okay, top or left or bottom or all the angles. Okay, 15 pixel. Okay, now back to the code, make refresh. Oh, it's rounded rectangle. Okay, if I comment this code now, rounded border radius, look, it is the last result. Okay, but if I add border radius here, for example 15 pixel, for example, look the result, look to the angle here, it is rounded rectangle now. Okay, now we have finished the list. The background, the color, the width, the border radius, the border color, and the width of the border. Okay, now go to the H1. H1 here, the width 100%. Okay, I want to customize this width. Okay, to this point. For example, go to H1 now and add here width like this, and approximately I added 330 pixel like this. Okay, now refresh. Okay, like this. Okay, now I want to take a space between the border, left border, and the first letter. Okay, padding left. Padding left. This is different between the padding left and the margin left. Okay, we'll talk about the margin left now. Okay, padding left here, for example, 10 pixel or 15 pixel up to you. Okay, now see the result. Look now, the space between the left border of the H1 and the first letter here, M. Now refresh the page. Look, now space between them. Okay, now we have finished H1. Okay, about the second list, my favorite subject. I want favorite subject with a different color, Okay. Now here, I want to change the UL background color. I want to change the UL font color. Okay. So go to CSS code here and see. I have here color and background color. I want them different. Okay, so I wanted to add here a class to distinguish between the first list and the second list. Class here, for example, subjects. Here, Ctrl C. Class here, name is subjects. Okay, ticket copy. Copy. Okay, then go to CSS code and make like this. Dot. Ctrl V. Subjects. Then add a different thing here. Okay, for example, here I'll add background color will be, for example, photo, and color or the font color will be, for example, either this one. Okay, now see this, the result here. Refresh the page now. It's okay. Now I can distinguish between the same elements or the same HTML elements using the class, the CSS class. Okay, that is the first list and the second list. I added class here and take this class, copy and dot to add CSS code for the class, dot then the class name. Copy and paste, case sensitive, lowercase, lowercase, capital case, okay? Then add here the changes I want to add it to my second list, okay? Now we have finished and we know how to distinguish between the same elements inside HTML code or inside HTML page using what? Using the subjects, okay? Now I have the same list, UL, but I distinguish between them. I have to add a class here and add CSS code for this class. Okay, thank you.